for staying with your passionate, trustworthy conversational radio. My name is Kimberly Machko. Call me Kim, the Oracle, the digital Oracle, that is. Or you can call me OTF, the fellow, Chanya One, Madam Speaker. And I'll say yes to them all. I'll be here from now till 7 p.m. And we are going to have a fantastic time together. We start off with the stories driving conversation. And seeing that my guest is in here, the stories are not going to be the most intense. We're going to look at all the lighter aspect of the news and get your thought on it. And then we'll shift gear. We'll be talking with Mr. Fadipe also. Just before we round off this segment, I need to inform him of the changing plan so he's aware. We'd have a conversation with him, and then there will be Beat My Score somehow. During the course of the show, I'll let you in on what time precisely that's going to hold and more. So please stay with 95.1 Nigeria Info. The talk starts officially. Well, the talk is 247, but the talk continues on Hard Facts, so stay with us.
This is Hard Facts. Hard Facts.
On 95.1.
Hello, my name is Kimberly Nwachukwu. I'm the host of Hard Facts, and I bring you the biggest stories driving conversation every weekday here on 95.1 Nigeria Info Hard Facts Show. I love to get your opinion and conjectures, but the facts you cannot dispute here on Hard Facts. Join me and let's talk. Catch us up on Twitter. We're not streaming on Twitter, but just so you know, at Nigeria Info FM Abuja is our Twitter handle. Do well to follow us on Twitter. Oh, I beg your pardon, Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Abuja is our Instagram handle, and on Twitter we are at Nigeria Info ABJ. And to call into the studio, you can reach us via 0700 951 0000 or 0809 5974 869. Our WhatsApp number is 0809 9930 137. All right then. So I think Nigerians are learning a little bit of lesson on socials at the moment. It feels like it's a liberal space. It's not regulated. Attempt was made some time back to kind of like regulate it, but it was fought tooth and nail to ensure that we have that kind of liberty that we want. But you know how they say even your rights end somewhere where someone else's start or something, and that need to appreciate and understand boundary comes into play every now and again. First, we had the review of Skool. That was very controversial. People had different opinion, but majority of the people agreed that Skool took it too far. But it kind of like opened that space for a conversation as to the fact that you can and will be held responsible for whatever things you put there, your thoughts, your reaction, your reviews, or whatnot. The latest is with Nathaniel Basti. He's a gospel singer, minister, and somehow he's taking a call. In short, he's appealed to the Inspector General of Police over setting aspersion that were cast, implying that he's the father of Mercy Chinwo's child. Now, Mercy Chinwo is also another gospel artist and minister in Nigeria, and she gave birth to Beth. She is married to a pastor, and not too long ago revealed her kid. Perhaps that's why celebrities don't like to put their kids out there. Last time Paris Hilton did. You don't know Paris Hilton. She's not Nigerian. If you are following the Kardashian, you would have heard of Paris Hilton. And then she put her son. She was so proud of her little boy, like, oh, cute baby. I'm like, yeah, cute indeed. His head is humongous. And the woman felt so bad. You can imagine just carrying a child for 9 months. You wanted to show the world your kid. And everybody say, "Hish, what huge head. Mega mind, such huge skull." And the mom felt devastated. At one point, she started wearing a hat on the boy's head, making it even look funny. People are not nice on socials. But back to the story, let's not digress too much. Mercy Chinwo showed her kid, and then a few people ran with the story like, oh, okay, nice. But why does the kid look like Nathaniel Basti? And that person like, oh, the child definitely looks like Nathaniel Bassi. And before you know, everybody started talking, okay, it does look like that. I mean, for 1 minute, nobody was looking at the real father of the child to say, is there any resemblance, or is the child going to grow up looking either like the father or the mother in future? But like, it looks like Nathaniel Bassi. He has his face and all of that. But Nathaniel Bassi apparently is not having any of that, because it's written to the Inspector of General Police and saying they need to get to the root of it. That people who started speculating and implying that he is a married man with his own kids might be the one who fathered the child of another minister, because they say the kid looks like him. And some people are saying, oh, well, it's just social media now. Just wave it off. No big deal. It's one of those gist. But it's still on the same social media that people can sit on a case and be talking, do DNA. This child, women are playing away mad. Women have the time. Do not. I remember the story of a guy who came out and said he found out that his kid, who he thought was his kid all the while, wasn't his. After a DNA test, it was someone else's kid. So a lot of people on social media who perhaps have not had real life experience are like, oh, that's what all women do. And so perhaps for Nathaniel Bassi, taking this case up is to saying enough already. You can't drag people's name in the mud, can't cast aspersion. You can't just make all this kind of unfounded allegation without paying a price. And we'll see how far this goes. We'll also see if this is even enough to make people, rein in their tongue. By tongue, I mean not like literally because they're not speaking, but how they put opinions and thoughts and all whatnot on social media, to understand that there might be a feedback and you might not like the feedback at the end of the day, because it just might get you in trouble. Now, it's written. I would see if the police is going to act on it, and would see also if people would just learn to just shush, so the kid doesn't look like his father. In your opinion, looks like someone else. Just like, oh, cute baby, and move along. All right, we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, we seem to have like a liberal space where everybody, and half the time is for, cloud chasing. You just want to put it because more than ever now that Twitter pays in Nigeria. So the more engagement you get on your handle, the more comments, the more views, the more all of that is, the more money you can rake in. So it feels like people might just go out of their way to do whatever it takes to just get, that engagement and rake in a few money. But as you go about it, be mindful that you're dealing with other humans also, and some of the things you put out there can actually hurt and break people. And some people might not just want to take it lying down. We'll decide to take some legal action. And we've been seeing more and more of it lately. Would it be the last? I pretty much doubt it. Not be Nigerian socials. I pretty much doubt it. But then it will be interesting to see if it reduces altogether. Like I did say, we don't have a guess. It's going to be on the light side. However, these are important stories also. It's not always about politics and the economy and your electricity bill, but it's also about everyday life. And I needed to throw that one in. And then talking also about socials. Do I need to bore you with the story of Bobrisky? Well, he was invited for questioning, and I saw something that looks like a mock, when you're called in for questioning and they'll tell you stand and your height and all of that. EFCC's own was, for abuse of the Naira. And I thought that was quite interesting. So, alleged, Naira abuse. What does Naira abuse mean? You don't know? Well, I might as well share with you so that you don't be the next face. And this time around, you might not have enough time to wear your makeup, man or woman, apparently. All right, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission arrested controversial celebrity cross-dresser Idris Okuneye, popularly known as Bobrisky, over currency mutilation and abuse of the Naira. And confirming the arrest, the EFCC spokesperson Dele Oyewale said Bobrisky was arrested at Pinnacle Estate in Lagos on Wednesday. Also stated that Risky will be charged in court soon. Oyewale said Bobrisky is with us. He was arrested last night in Lagos and is at our Lagos command. We arrested him for alleged abuse of Naira note, spraying of Naira note, currency mutilation and others. And we're very serious about restoring the dignity of the Naira through our investigation is ongoing, but he will definitely be charged to court. I like the fact about restoring the dignity of the naira. You know, if the naira holds a lot of value, it will have dignity. It's just like dollars. You treat it with some bit of respect. You don't manhandle, you don't just squeeze it because you know what it means. Yeah. We will get to that point eventually. However, the main story here is about mutilation and spraying of naira note. How is it that is still going on in Nigeria of today, even though it's been forbidden for a very long time? CBN has put up a lot of campaign about it. Over time, there's been a lot of advocacy and campaign to saying treat the naira with some dignity and respect. I know that you need a lot more bundle to buy a tuber of yam, but that does not give you the right to handle it anyhow. Now, I don't know how exactly Bob Risky abused the naira. It would be nice to get a bit of the details so that you be warned. You know, to be forewarned is to be forearmed, so that you would know not to repeat it. Now, he is a popular figure, a controversial one at that, and not too long ago, one of the controversial figures on socials. It's not interesting how back in the day when we didn't have social media, you'd have to have done something really incredible and be in the news, on TV, on radio, to be known. But now you don't need to do too much, just social media. One tweet can go viral and boy, you become the man or the woman of the moment, and you find ways of sustaining that new status that you've acquired. Well, Very Dark Man is one of those people. He was arrested and he came out plenty story of oh, you must arrest Bob Risky or be, stuff. And before you know it, he was picked up for mutilation of the naira. He's not the first one who's been picked up for mutilation of the naira. I know there was one lady also on social media. There was a video of how they were spraying the money and handling it, and she was also invited and detained for a bit. How that matter ended, I do not know. How this one is going to pan out, well, it's almost predictable, but there's a lesson from it to saying that we need to treat our naira with dignity. Do not, I repeat, spray naira notes. Don't be carried away. If you go somewhere and the band is singing your praise, do not be tempted to bring money and be spraying and they be trampling on it. But they still do it. I see it happen frequently in Nigeria. So people apparently, is it that they've gotten the memo and they've not read it, or just completely choose to ignore the fact that it is an offense in Nigeria to spray naira note and to mutilate it. And then even at the market, when you go and get things and then you just squeeze the naira anyhow, apparently it's an offense, That we're not seeing you does not mean someone will not call you out one day and the next thing you'll be the one to the picture. I feel like there's more to his own story, but let's stay focused on the mutilation of the naira story so that we don't digress too much. But that's the case. EFCC wants to restore the dignity of the naira. Is that a way to restore the dignity of the naira? Well, one of the very many ways we can actually do it. I want to believe that if the naira has value in terms of the purchasing strength of it, it will have all the dignity it needs. I promise you. However, how we handle it also tells if we truly understand how much goes into printing the monies that we have in circulation. I remember when Emefiele did the currency redesign, naira redesign, and people were asking how much was spent on this very questionable redesign that you had on till date. There's no real figure. There've been all kinds of figure being banded as in, oh, this one is that one, or how much did you print? How many of the redesigned naira to know what it costs Nigeria? Those are some of the things that really deplete the dignity of our currency when you truly do not even know the true value of it. And when the CBN decided to float the naira and make it a bit more competitive to find the true, value of it, we now saw that the value was tanking. If we did not have the intervention from the CBN, the naira's dignity would have been stripped off permanently. But thank God for quick intervention by the people who brought the floating in the first instance to understanding all right, this treacherous ground, we need to just do something and save it. And like our guest, Dr. Majid, said yesterday, he was talking about the naira, but the CBN still believe that the naira is undervalued and they need to do some things to shore it up. What to do? Export more, produce more. As simple as that, but not so simple in Nigeria because we're known to consume more than we actually put out there. I can go on and on as to the many ways we can restore the dignity of the naira as a country, but as individuals, remember to treat the naira with respect. So Bobrisky will be going to court for that. And I thought it was very cute that he had time to wear his makeup. So apparently it was not one of those kind of, hey, come with us immediately. Or maybe, woke up like that, was born ready. Okay. Now let's come to something that I feel concerns you a whole lot. But does it? Because I don't know if you're in Band A. I've got gold here. Do you get 24 hours electricity where you stay? Where do you stay, by the way? Just give us one area. Don't give precise location.
Kudu.
Okay. How often, on the average, electricity do you get?
8 hours.
8 hours, okay.
Yeah.
Your band days must be XYZ. I'm just kidding, but it's down the food chain in terms of that. But apparently the people who are most affected are those in Band A, who get 20 hours and above of electricity. And there's been a lot of conversation on socials as to people are now shocked that they're even on Band A. Those who knew before are now re-knowing it. Now, oh, really? So this is what it means. But it means that, honestly, I was really stunned to hear that some people get 20 hours and above consistently, repeatedly, both rainy season and dry season. However, a lot of them have come out to say that's not true. We barely get 12 hours. We barely get 15 hours. We barely get this. So it'll be nice to see how Nigerians are going to defend the bills when they come, or the unit when you want to buy them, because what you're paying extra for is not just the per kilowatt. It's to saying that you have the luxury of enjoying uninterrupted power supply. So you're paying for that extra luxury. It's just like when you're going to, a high-end store. You're buying things because the rent they pay is expensive. The street has, reputation of being classy and expensive. The wages they pay the workers there are a bit high. So you're paying for a lot of things beyond, that shoe or purse or makeup that you're getting there or stuff. Compared to if you went to the market, busy market, no AC, no nothing, everybody's pushing and shoving, and you get it at a more discounted price. So you're actually paying for certain values. And the people on Band A, that's what you're paying for. The fact that you can have uninterrupted, you can confidently, if somebody comes to your house and they take say, no, it will be back in 2 minutes, and in 30 seconds it's back. So that's the kind of luxury that you enjoy. But people are saying we don't enjoy it. And we'll be talking, like I mentioned, with Mr. Fadipe to just get to understand what areas. There's a lot of breakdowns to areas. I remember some people have even shared AEDC area allocation of where falls within Band A. As a matter of fact, I even saw my neighborhood and this neighborhood is Band A. People should stop joking, honestly. But if they say it's Band A, we'll now try to understand why the number of hours of electricity you get does not match what it is that is being banded. And then NEC is saying that the money they're going to get off of these premium customers, the Band A people and Category A people, is going to be channeled into, building and getting better infrastructure for the TCN. As much as I would love to believe that, I do not buy it, because I feel like we've been abused for years. I mean, we've had an administration where $16 billion went down and power was still epileptic. And we just till date cannot even interrogate how we spent so much money and got so little electricity. And over the years, we've seen one government after another, even down to the point of privatizing it, giving out bailouts, giving out, all the politics that we went to, Manitoba is going to come for generation. And 1 minute they say, oh, no, your working condition is not favorable. They pulled out, other people came on board. And yet we're not generating enough gas to power. We have complaints when it's dry. We still are back to, hovering around 3,000 to 4,000 megawatts of electricity many years after our independence. We've not been able to improve. Now we have one legislation and amendment coming after on the heel of another to saying, okay, private individuals can, states can. Yeah, they're capital intensive. We're still looking at, I remember Dr. Majid was asking yesterday, how come 1 or 2 states have not started making that move? Well, we'll see how long it will take. We're seeing how long it even takes to do a turnaround maintenance on the Port Harcourt refinery. It's one that a lot of people are not even waiting anymore. When you see it, you see it. So that's how long it actually does take to do turnaround. So how much more when you're building something new altogether? It might take a whole lot longer than that. So when you say, oh, the money is going to be used for infrastructure, I personally was one of those people who felt, yeah, right, I've heard this story before, and sorry if I do not believe it. But, that also is a problem. When you are constantly in the state of disbelief, how do you even begin to challenge certain institutions to do better if you do not believe they keep doing it? So perhaps the strategy even for us as citizens need to change to saying, all right, you say this is what you're going to do. I'm going to hold you by this. I'm going to badger you. We're going to talk about this consistently in the news, on social media, in every space until you take the profit from here, there. But there'll always be one story somewhere in the middle to saying, oh, people are not paying. Oh, we're not getting this. Oh, people are, bypassing electricity, which is fact. But then you said you will use this to do this. You should have factored in all the variables that can make it impossible before you say it, so that I do not trust that you will, and then you betray my trust. And next thing I'll hear, oh, you don't trust the government. Give the government the benefit of the doubt. Once bitten, twice shy. And I think that's where we are at the point in time. Well, I'm going to open up the phone line. I don't have a guest with me in the studio. Doesn't look like Gold, right? Is ready to help me analyze too much. So we might as well get to you, 0700 951 0000. Or you can call me on 0809 5974 869. WhatsApp number is also there, 0809 99 30137. You can leave your thoughts also via WhatsApp, and I would read as many of them as possible. Let's start off from WhatsApp messages. I want many of these celebrities to be jailed and made a scapegoat. Even musicians and partygoers and those boys selling naira, mostly in Abuja, around Day in Abuja. Let them be arrested and prosecuted and jailed. Aka Fred from Suleja is no nonsense this afternoon. Came in my area, my place. My gate man's house is band C, but my house is band A, and we're using the same transformer. Papa from Maitama. All right, how is that even possible? Who is tapping illegally?
Okay.
Yes, welcome.
Kimberly, my name is Gail, your covenant.
Gail, you're good to hear from you.
Yes. You see, when you don't know how to use social media, you have to pay for your sins. You can't just say anything you just feel like saying on social media. Man, how can somebody show the face of her baby and you now start postulating that he was fathered by Nathaniel Bassey? That was a false alarm and deformation of character. Knowing the identity of the three guys, yes. Pastor Bless the pastor. Then Chiwo is the minister. Then Nathaniel Bassey is the minister. You can't just defend people's character and expect to, expect not to take legal actions. I expect these guys to arrest them, prosecute them, and detain them. In fact, they have to sue them for damages. Yes. These guys are ministers, and there are things we don't just kind of come out without validation or clarification. That aside, then Bobrisky, we are such a country that we say that we don't do this thing, but we assist guys in doing this. Nigeria does not accept the LG, blah, 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 and the rest of it. But there are guys in Nigeria who practice it, and we still allow them to go free. So, that aside, if this is a way of cautioning this guy, Bobrisky, fine and good. You see these few minutes, that makeup is not got his face. He has gone to his real face. Are you getting it? We are welcoming our brother back. It's well, though. Good evening, Kim.
All right, Jelio Covenant, thank you very much for your take. And let's hear another caller. Hello. Yes, you're welcome.
Sorry for the distraction. Sometimes we have to listen to you via, some apps. See, my own is this about this electricity tariff. We are all in band C. I've been a band A or been a band D. Because I remember during the time of SWAT, some people called from Kuje, they confirmed the increment of the tariff. Some people called from Orozo, they confirmed the increment of the tariff. Some people called from Suleja and confirmed the increment of the tariff. So they just kind of coin it in a way that Nigeria will say, it's only the people in the town, in your working place there, in that your office. Do you get 20 hours light? As I'm speaking to you now, maybe you are using Jane, you are burning diesel. So why would they be increase and increase? And in fact, in this country, it's like we don't have labor. Our labor, they have a dog that can only bark, but they can't bite. Now, whatever that comes, it falls on the masses. These are the people that have been struggling for years to be at the helm of power. Now they are getting the power. On your inauguration day, you say subsidy is gone. Nigeria are still managing. They are still in kind of scamping to come out of it. You come say electricity tariff with about how many % increment? Is that how they do things? Just accepting the advice of the World Bank and the IMF. I remember earlier, the IMF said they should remove this tariff. And they said, no, in Ghana, say they will not go. Now they have hacking to the IMF and the World Bank. All these are the people, because it seems to me like they are the people controlling this country. Because we have been going there to seek for loan, and they have to give condition. If you don't do this, next time when you come, you won't get it all. So this electricity tariff have come to stay. The only thing is that the companies, the manufacturers, even before then, the manufacturer has been folding up. Now, we add salt to the injury. Most of the people, maybe something that they will sell 10 naira now, will be 15 naira or 100 naira. Because, Dr. Majid always come to this radio station and we'll be talking about the cost of energy. Something that they produce in China and something that they produce in Aba. Compare the energy they spend. Our own is higher. That is why you still see their own is cheaper than our own. When can they do something about all these things?
All right. Thank you very much, Salasi. It seemed like our WhatsApp line is the only one working for now. While we sort the others out, we'll just try and manage with this. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, Kim.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. This is Mary from Gwagwalada.
Welcome, Mary.
Thank you. I just joined, and what I had is electricity tariff. And that's what I want to comment about. That the electricity tariff in my area, for up to 1 week now, the light they've been giving us does not even show in the indicator. I can't charge my phone with it. I can't charge my laptop with it. It can't carry fan. It can't carry my fridge. Can't carry bulb. It can't carry anything. You just see the fan, the rechargeable fan just beeping off and on. For over 1 week, yesterday we buy their office. Every community member was going at a different time. And they looked as if, it didn't show as if they were doing anything. So they were waiting for the tariff to be mentioned. The moment they said they have increased tariff, yesterday they gave us like full current at night. Around to 12, they gave us till this morning. So like 5-6 hours. They give us like when we are sleeping. And this band A or band B or band what, I ask, are we in an apartheid system? Why are we, who is more Nigerian than the other? If my band is band Q or band Z, I am the one paying for it. Why won't give me light? Why would they say they're giving light more to some people and giving less to other people? Who is less Nigerian and who is more Nigerian than the other? My colleague stays in Tungamaji and he said they place him in band A. How will you now measure the person in Tungamaji and the one in Metama and say they are in band A? And when they create band A and band Q and band whatever, please, where is the market for band A and people who have band A and those who have band Z? So that we know which market to go and buy. Now they have, see how long it is taking for them to increase minimum wage, bar? But now they have increased tariff, they have removed fuel subsidy, everything. First May now, workers, they will say they have increased minimum wage. Market forces will stand up, not knowing that they have already collected the money back. They have already collected the money even before paying the minimum wage. So that is the plight of a Nigerian citizen. If you are in Nigeria, this is what you suffer. If you are a poor man, you are not a politician, this is what you suffer. But let them continue. My joy is that nobody dies and goes with anything. When you are going, you go the way you have come. So let them continue.
All right. Thank you very much, Mary.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Okay, it's the round table. We're still looking almost story. We'll get to the last one in a bit, which has to do with the student loan. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You're welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Kim. This is Oluwachidi on the line.
Go ahead, Oluwachidi.
It's been a long time I've spoken. As of risky, he sell until he give birth, okay? Let him remain there until he can give birth. Let him for the tariff, increment in the tariff, per pass now because it's not going to be easy for anyone. What is 300% increment going to from that? No, we end up bypassing. No, we have been living honestly with NEPA. We bypassing because no one can afford it. Everywhere is harder for us. It's not going to be easy. Thank you, Kim. I have a nice reflection.
All right. Thank you very much, Oluwachi. I didn't know Bob was pregnant. But for the government, now, as much as Band A consumers and citizens generally are complaining because now it feels like there are more, but a lot of people have been upgraded unknowingly to Band A because they're seeing the difference in what they get for the same amount of money. But on the side of the government, it is cutting down their subsidy spending by 52%. With the new electricity tariff, why people are paying more, the government subsidizing that industry reduces because over time the government now looks at phased ways of cutting down subsidy. And I know it gets people all riled up when we get to this point. I'm like, someone asked yesterday, so what are we getting from the government? What are we getting from Nigeria? What is the government? You know, they say don't think of what you can do, what America can do for you, think of what you can do for America. So it's a case of what is Nigeria doing for me, enough for me to do something in return. You're paying more for electricity, you're paying more for food, you're paying more for housing, you're paying more for transportation, you're paying more for education. You are paying, because fees were hiked in higher institutions, and a lot of private schools hiked their fee also, and the ones that are even meant to be free have other charges that have gone up. Ask around. So you're literally paying for everything. Nothing really is coming to you on a platter. So the electricity also is one area that for people who are on Band A, that subsidy has been removed, enough for the government to save 52% of these on subsidy. Now, I know for a lot of people what is the government? Now that some of the weight is off the government, what are they really doing in terms of general improvement of infrastructure and livelihood of citizens and protection of citizens also? That's where it kind of like doesn't match at this point in time and is enough to get people a little vexed. The Nigerian government moved to revise electricity tariff is set to deliver 52% cut in monthly subsidy expenses. The reduction would see the current 261.2 billion naira figure fall to about 125.94 billion naira, unlocking a significant 135.26 billion naira in monthly fiscal saving. The heart of Nigeria's political power, Abuja harbors the most considerable congregation of premium electricity consumers classified under Band A, who will invariably bear the brunt of the cost recalibration. And I'm sure by now you have seen all the breakdown of the number of Band A feeders. We have about like 107 of them. The new tariff range is 33.95 naira to 225.00. That's a significant jump, I tell you. It definitely will shock anyone. I'm like, seriously. You can just imagine you have your plan. Okay, I won't spend more than 100K for electricity in a month. And then you find yourself spending close to 300,000. Boy. Yeah, people consume that much electricity. You think to be Band A and be getting 20 hours plus, fake or real, is a joke? Some people's blender self is enough to take everything from the grid. All right, back to the story. The monthly subsidy cost is 18.95 billion naira, down from 38.01 billion naira previously. That's for Abuja. And they gave the other discos like Benin, BEDC has 44 feeder, Eko has 21, Enugu has 44, Ibadan has 30, Ikeja has 45, Jos has 48, Kaduna 25, Kano 43, PH 43, Yola 15. So the bulk of the people who enjoy the Band A apparently are people in the federal capital. So even though you do not have, a special category for election voting, that if you vote or do not choose or somebody does not win Abuja becomes president, Supreme Court has taken that. But Supreme Court has not taken your Band A premium status from you, apparently. But do you see that much electricity? That's where the problem comes in. Someone is not telling the whole truth at this point in time. All right, let's go back to the phone line. Yeah, I said I was going to throw in the last story about the student loan. The Nigeria Education Loan Fund on Wednesday said it would begin a pilot phase of the student loan scheme with applicants from public tertiary institutions. The include students of federal and state university, polytechnics, and colleges of education. You also expect President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to appoint a chairman, a managing director, 2 executive directors as part of the executive management team. The spokesperson for the fund, Mr. Nasri Togo, confirmed to reporters, citing the provision of the student loan as Access to Higher Education Act Repeal and Reenactment Bill 2024, with the president signed into law on the same day. So yes, it's been signed into law. Aitogo noted that the president was expected to launch the scheme after appointing qualified persons into the office as provided by the new law. And it was signed in the presence of the leadership of the National Assembly, ministers and stakeholders in the education sector. So while they're sorting all of that out, it's the act is one that we'll go back to and interrogate quite a number of aspects of it. I know that when the president took it back is to amend to allow some aspect that he felt were restrictive. Parents who were owing debt initially their children could not access it, but now they're saying, okay, that would not happen. And then giving extended time for students to pay back the loan after graduation, 2 years after payback. But if you do not have the job, you can write and have it extended, and then you pay back when you start to work, so that there's no undue pressure after school to pay back. And a few other amendments that were made. But bit by bit, we'll go through it and get to appreciate what this offers for students. But I guess you're a student, right? Yeah. Are you super stoked, excited about a student loan possibility? Do you think if somehow it comes into light before you graduate, you want to be a beneficiary of it?
No.
Why?
I don't know.
You're good.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm
your parents can take care of everything,
Yeah.
so you don't need to. All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's strictly for those who would need that kind of
Yeah.
support.
I
So,
think
yeah.
that's good.
All right then. So let's hear this caller. Hello. Yes, let's go back to WhatsApp. WhatsApp seems to be the one that is acting a bit more saner. Hello. Good afternoon. What's your name? Hello.
Hello?
Hello, Kim.
Yes, sir. You're welcome.
Yeah, my question for the Nigerian people, though. That is very interesting.
Okay. What's your name, though?
My name is BM.
Go ahead, BM.
Okay, so Nigeria is a company owned by, and your employee, who incidentally is the president, is leaving, and they're inflicting hardship on you, and all you can do is come to radio and shout. I'm sorry, we cannot these rhetorics that we are doing. If we like this, president would use the carrot and stick approach. Give you small relief here, put the suffering on the other side, and it just continues like that. You know, see, height of insensitivity. Security. You will hear Mr. Mojido say security, banditry, and all of that. There's energy security, there's security, please tell me one that the current regime is doing for people. Is there food security? Is there any security? Is there any kind of security in this country? But yet, we just shout. We don't need to shout. We need to take.
Okay,
No more. We don't want this.
your connection is going off and on.
Oh, sorry about that. I guess because of where I am,
Okay,
Hello,
just
can you hear
wrap
me?
up your thought quickly. At least we get a hang of it. Yeah.
We can't just keep on coming on radio and just shouting and shouting. They don't listen. And you want change, and you need to get out there and make that change.
Where is out there exactly?
No more. and the president knows that, hey, I'm working for these people. Who is paying for his fuel? Who is paying for his food? Who is paying for his feeding? Who is paying for? And yet, this is their flight.
All right, BM, thank you very much. Your point is noted. It is clear. It's a little vexed that more needs to be done to addressing this beyond just talking about it. We get you. St. Patrick on YouTube. YouTube, remember, is at Nigeria Info Abuja. I'm sharing the YouTube repeatedly. Not when I will ask a question. Now, people say, but we don't know the handle. It's a difficult question. I'm going to change that question for my quiz because I've given it away already. St. Patrick, as we strive to restore the dignity of the Naira by arresting those who abuse it, when will the value of the Naira be restored? As of now, the Naira is losing value every day. For Bob, a.k.a., okay, I'll leave that one out. I can't wait to hear how the judge will address him in court. As for now, I don't know. Okay, that is not what they arrested him for. There's no question about his gender. He's a man who dresses like a woman. Or is he? All right, none of my business. Patrick says, on Band A, play more for electricity. We're watching and waiting to see what happens. Nigeria, I know whenever anything price hike is announced, everybody feels it, including those without meter. Even those who do not pay electricity bill, do not earn enough to even pay, will feel it. I promise you. You think it's only Band A. All right, then. You will feel the Band A effect later on. On the defamation of Bassi, I'm glad when I heard that he petitioned the IG, and I hope those guys are arrested and get the punishment due them. Pillar of Christianity said, okay, Annie Joseph, good afternoon. The guys that spotted the resemblance of Mercy Chinwo's child to Mr. Bassi tried, but now they are in trouble. It's not everything you see that you see. but people are foolish. Is that to imply what exactly? Go and answer the question when the IG invites you. Smart J said, we see some challenges also here in Kenya, not Nigeria only. The only way is to be self-sufficient, produce your food, build your house, teach your children, and work online to earn from foreign currency. Boy, wow. Thank you very much, Smart J. Kojo Ben Isaac, good evening. I'm watching you live from Senegal. Kojo, that's nice. Thank you very much. And let's see more of the comments. Jim Jido says, but ADC recharge today amount 1,000 was given 4 units. I mean, Kubwa, not Asokro, not central area. Yeah, it's now you now understand that Band A has come to Kubwa. The thing is, they're saying it's only 15% of people it will affect who consume 40% of the electricity. You will now find out that you are 15%. ADC, prove me wrong. If I'm making this one up, before you petition IG that I'm making up story, prove me wrong that everybody will not feel this Band A effect. All right, James Kieme says, what are we actually enjoying in the country? Increment of food, increment of water, increment of PMS, increment of transportation fare, increment of even insecurity, kidnapping and the likes. Wow, I will leave the rest part of it out. And Gospel Chinon So says, I don't understand this Band A WhatsApp group because I don't see that much electricity. God help us all. Thomas Joseph says, well done work. Joe Clef, watching you live from Asokoro. Oh, definitely, Band A. Congratulations. We'll take a break. B-Van, Band A. What band are you on? Because right now, we not only look at your tax bracket and earning, we look at what band of electricity are you on.
I'm here watching, I'm observing, I don't know. Nobody should just bill me above what I'm used to. I'm not ready for that.
I know, right?
Take to the streets.
All right, let's get to the newsroom and get all the updates. Stay with 95.1 Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info.